Alright, so hello, this is MK Khan, and I want to do a very quick review for an email that I got from one of my students recently. And this is what I do for students of my email copywriting course. They get reviews of their emails, and this is one way to develop your email copywriting skills really, really fast. So the person sent me this email and asked me to do a review. The first thing I usually do when I'm working on a review is to look at the formatting of the copy. By formatting, I mean how the words are written. Is it easy to read? Do we have enough white space for the email? So let's look at this together. Looking through the email, it's adequately formatted. There are a lot of white spaces. We have three-word sentence, three-line sentences, four-line sentences. So the formatting is okay, right? I would say the formatting is good because it is quite easy to read. Formatting helps with the visibility of your email. The next thing I usually like to look at is your subject line. Subject line is very important because it affects your open rates. It doesn't matter who sends the email. If you don't have enticing, good enough open lines, people will not open your email. So there are many ways you can write subject lines. But let's look at this one, from dumpy to dazzling. So I want to assume this is a subject line. This is not a good subject line. It is not good because compared to what the email is about, this does not give any idea about what the subject line should be. Another thing I want you to know is that most times you can't really tell the best subject line. So you need to write 2 or 3 subject lines for whatever email you're working on. This is just one subject line. You should write a lot more. And there are many kinds of subject lines that you can write. So you can write subject lines that are benefit driven. You can write subject lines that are curiosity plus benefit, or just curiosity. But usually when a subject line is connected to what the target audience wants, they'll go and check it out. Okay. So after looking at your email, I'm going to give a few ideas for a subject line. The next thing I noticed about your email is it is too long. Okay. It is too long and winded. That's the right description. Meaning that you are trying to say something, but you are beating around the bush about it. When you write emails, you want to be as concise as possible. You want to be as direct as possible, and you want to follow what I call the rule of one. Focus on one idea per time. Secondly, try and be clear. Clarity is important. If you're saying something, make sure people understand what you're saying. Another thing is don't try to write in many words what you can say in a few words. If something can be understood with just 10 words, don't write 20 words. All right? So be very clear. So I read through your email. It talked about somebody trying to lose weight, but you spend so much time just beating around the bush. All right? Now, always remember, when you're writing emails, you are writing emails to send people to a landing page. You're sending people to a webinar or wherever. So the job of your email is to send people somewhere. The job of your email is not always to sell. I repeat, the job of your email is not to sell. It is to pre-sell most times. What it does is to send people to a landing page that has sales copy. Okay? So the job of your email is just to move people from your email to where they can go buy stuff. But in this email, you seem to be doing the selling. That's the reason why it seems very long. You are using the idea of a sales page in your email copy. Of course, there are times that you can do that. But in this particular email, I want to assume that people will be sent to a sales page that already has sales copy. All you want to do is to write the emails or your emails to be able to pre-sell them. They should read your email and want to go check out the offer. Okay, so all of this part where you're writing so many things are not important. I'm going to show you where you should start writing your emails. Where, if I was the one writing this email, I'll show you where I will start. So everything here about, are you tired of feeling trapped in a body that doesn't reflect the vibrant, confident person that you are? Have you ever? Those are all things that should be on a sales page, not on an email. Okay, so everything from that top to this where you started ever felt like the world's pointing fingers at you. All of that should go. You don't need that in the email. Okay, and I also want to remind you, clarity, very important. Just if you want to say something, say it. Don't try to beat around the bush. So I will delete everything on top and start right here where you said ever felt like the world's pointing fingers at you. That's where I'm going to start. But I won't even write that. I would edit it. Let me share a few things with you. When you're writing email, but always remember that you're writing to people. So if you're writing to people, it means you need to understand the people you're writing to. Who are they? What do they want? What do they know about the product you're trying to sell? How do they feel? Now, anybody who's trying to lose weight already understands every feeling attached to losing weight. They already know how bad it is. They already know that it brings shame and all of that. You don't need to remind them of all of that. What they are in your email for is solution. They already know the problem that they have. They already know they have a problem. All they want is a solution. So that talks about understanding the awareness level of your target audience and their sophistication level. All right. So somebody who's on your email list or on an email list who wants to lose weight knows what weight loss is, knows the problem of weight loss, understand all the emotional baggage that comes with losing weight. All they want is a solution. So you be direct and go direct to the solution. So if you're telling a story, tell a story that they can relate with and tell a story that will push them to go check out the offer. All right, so that's how I would do it. So let's look at your story here. So what I would say, start from where you started writing the story. It is better. Okay. So let's look at your story because there's so much you can improve in your story. Ever felt like the world's pointing fingers at you, judging every inch of your being? I would delete that. That is not the beginning of a story. When you're writing a story, sometimes start from the middle of the story. Okay? Start from the middle of the story. So let's say we start from where you said, meet Jane, a once vibrant soul now drowning in a sea of self-doubt and body shaming. Her office echoes with snide remarks. Her husband's words are cut deeper than any blade, all because of her dumpy appearance. There's so much to improve in those sentences. If you want to write a story, tell the story in the form of maybe present tense or what happened in the past. Okay? So there's so much you can improve here. Meet James, a once vibrant. I don't think that's a nice way to start a story. You can start by what happened to her. You can start a story by saying what her husband said to her. That is going to grab attention. It's like she's wearing her insecurities like a too tight dress. There's nothing like a too tight dress, and everyone invited to the fashion show of her misery. You are just trying to be clever. Please be very clear with your words, be very direct. No need to spend time writing words and sentences that are hard to understand. Picture this meetings turning into mocking sessions, whispers behind her back. And I noticed something else. You are not formatting some things properly. Sentences that are one should be written as one. Don't break them. Like picture this meetings turning into mocking sessions, whispers behind their. I don't understand why did you break that? There's no comma, no full stop. If the sentence is a one sentence, write it fully. Okay? And a once loving partner now openly shaming her looks. you seem to have a problem with your tenses. You have a problem with your tenses. There's something you can do, and you need a lot of editing. After writing your email, if you don't know how to properly proofread and edit, you can copy it, go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to proofread and edit your email. It can do that for you. Your email will become better, and it would correct some of the mistakes that I'm seeing here. You have a lot of problem with tenses. You have a lot of problem with grammar. All right. So please correct that. There's some words you're using here that are not even English words. Too tight is not an English word. Okay. So make sure you are doing the correction properly. At this point, Jane was frustrated and devastated. She had gone from different miracle weight loss products to pills. None of them worked. In a state of frustration, surfing the internet, Jane stumbled upon an ad. It cannot be an ad on Facebook. Fit T 21 Days Diet Program. She was skeptical, not wanting to keep wasting her hard earned money, but since she was promised a money back guarantee, she thought to herself, well, I have nothing to lose, let me give it a try. And that decision took a U-turn in her life. That is not a proper sentence. And that solution changed her life. And that problem and that decision changed her life for good, turn her life around. However you want to put it, just make sure you're saying things that are easy to read. Now, I would advise you when you're done writing your emails, read it out loud to yourself, just like I'm reading it during the review. Read out your emails loud to yourself. It will help you it will help you take note of any errors or mistakes. If you read it out loud yourself, anywhere that there's a mistake, you're going to notice it quickly and you can easily edit it and change it. All right? Okay, so let's go on. On the fifth day of starting, the 21 day program, she dropped. All right, that's another thing. Like I said, you have a lot of problem with your tenses. What do you mean by she had dropped? She dropped or she had dropped. Be careful. And after writing your emails, always try to read it. After writing your emails, always try to read it out to yourself. All right? After writing your emails, always try to read it out to yourself to see if the email sounds okay. Read it out yourself and correct the errors. Okay? She did not stop until she got to her desired size. Like Jen, you can easily lose your stubborn fat starting today. So I think after the story, you're writing something else. In the next 21 days, we invite you to join a revolutionary experience, a journey from dummy to dazzling. What do you mean by dumpy? I don't know if that word is a real word. What do you mean by dumpy? I don't know if that's a real word. Educate me if I'm wrong. To dazzling, where you will not only witness a remarkable transformation in your physique, but also discover the radiant confidence that, that's been that's been buried beneath the weight of insecurities. Are you ready to write your story and step into the future where you have so many words, sentences that are unnecessary? You have told the story. It's just for you to transition and make the offer. Okay? Enter the 50 game, blah blah blah. There's a lot of things I'm writing here. Again, I will just focus on the story and make the offer. Okay? That is all you should do. This is a very long email. If you just focus on write the story, make the offer, you will write 100 words or 200 words maximum, and that's enough. You don't need to write 1,000 words for your email to work. See, this is very long. What you could do here is simple. Now, writing the story is good. The story emails are good. So that's one thing you got there. But you mixed it up with so many other things that are not good. So this is what you could do. Tell the story of somebody who stumbled on a weight loss tea. And the person tried the tea and it worked. And now you're inviting people to go try the tea also. Simple as that. Simple, straightforward, direct email. No beating around the bush. What you're doing here is that you're writing stories, you're doing other things, you're giving more details about it. No. The details about the tea is on the sales page already. All you want people to do is get interested and go check it out. All right? Go get interested in the tea and go check it out on the sales page. That is what you should do and not what you're doing here. Okay? Once again, you have a lot of issues with some of your sentences. You have a lot of proofreading and editing to do. One way you can handle this is to use ChatGPT to edit. Ask ChatGPT to edit and proofread your email, and it's going to help you clean it up. But of course, you need to write the first draft before it can do that for you and clean it up for you. Okay?